on Lincoln and French Streets in Breckenridge.
In the historic section of Breckenridge.
Reverend Charlie Bumbraw says one of the oldest churches in town,
We've been here for 130 years.
just got a big renovation.
It was time for a remodel.
During the pandemic, when everything closed, the church got a new foundation and the kitchen, where they host community dinners.
We have offered a community dinner for all comers since the late 1990s.
Got bigger so they could serve more people.
Before the renovation, our parish hall could maybe seat 40 people at a time, and which is pretty awkward if you have 100, 150, 200 people for supper.
Now, after years of being closed,
Well, you'll see a lot of changes.
the church is back open and those historic church bells are ringing again.
With the bell calling people from near and far, those big red doors in the front opened up.
Good to see you.
And that community dinner that feeds so many
The cost of living is expensive, housing expensive.
is bigger than ever, in time for a celebration with people once again enjoying food
Church people, non-church people, it didn't matter. It was just great being together.
that Reverend Bumbraw says is good for the body,
Well, welcome.
and when shared as a
Oh,
community,
this is such a great thing.
is good for the soul.
The chance to gather again in person, to sit down and eat, is an amazing miracle to us.
A lot of people at that celebration. That was this past Tuesday. More than 400 meals were served. They have those community dinners every Tuesday night. And the renovations in the church, by the way, pretty extensive, but they also left a lot of things as they were. In fact, the altar right there, the lectern, a lot of the wood in the ceiling, and even the lights in the ceiling are original to this church when it was built in the late 1800s. But Darius and Jordan, how important those meals are, especially right now in a resort community where the cost of living is already high and the cost of living for everyone has been on the rise. A lot of people taking advantage of those meals.
That's exactly what I was thinking about, Matt. You know, the renovations are great and everything, but how many people are just so joyful and thankful that they now know that they have a place where they can go get that meal, as we're dealing with really a steep inflation right now, right, Matt?
And that's exactly why this meal is here. You know, once a week, people know they've got a place they can go, they can have this meal, they can budget for it, and they can get around some of those higher costs of living and deal with some of those rises.
Yeah, so important right now, especially. Thank you so much, Matt. We appreciate that.